Welcome back to Celebrity Radio. It's Alex Belfield talking to some of the country's biggest stars, and we've got a new one for you today. A lady who's got a brand new single out for Christmas. She's a lady who was just working in a department store and was plucked from obscurity and is a big star now in her own right with a debut album, and she joins us on the phone now. Beth Sherburn, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am delicious, but not as good as you. I mean, you've really got everything, haven't you? To have beauty and talent at the same time is wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations on this new single. You just sent it through to me. A lovely Christmas record and completely in the spirit of the season with a modern twist. Snow Angels is a song.
Yeah, Snow Angels. Now, I was really lucky because I've worked with a fantastic songwriter and he's a really good friend of mine. He's called Chris Eaton, and Chris has written many Christmas hits over the years, such as Breath of Heaven by Amy Grant and Saviour's Day by Sir Cliff Richard. So I was really lucky to work with Chris, and you know, we worked on Snow Angels together, and it's a love song, and I just think a lot of people can relate to this song. It's all about waiting for your loved ones to come home for Christmas, and you're excited to see them, and you just want to do the lovely things you do together, you know, over the Christmas holidays. I'm really happy with it.
I love that the Christmas single is back. I mean, Bublé really helped, didn't he? Because his sensational album was so popular, and now everybody seems to have an album out. People are back into Christmas music, which is great.
Definitely, yeah. You know, like you've mentioned, Michael Bublé is one of my favourite Christmas albums. I always listen to that album, you know, over the Christmas holidays. And I just think, you know, I really want to do a Christmas single. It's one of my favourite times of the year. And with this single as well, it's very special because I wanted to work with a charity for my Christmas song, and I've chosen a brilliant charity called Make-A-Wish Foundation. And this charity grants magical wishes, you know, to enrich the lives of children and young people fighting life-threatening conditions. And these children go through a lot, and if I can just help anyway, you know, I'm really happy to do so. So what we're doing is I want to raise as much money as possible. So therefore, every download of Snow Angels from iTunes, 100% of the profits go straight to Make-A-Wish Foundation. So, yeah, it's really special. And you can pre-order Snow Angels now on iTunes. I've also worked on a music video online now on YouTube, worked with a fantastic director called Phil Clark, and we filmed at some fantastic Christmas locations as well. A fantastic garden centre near home called the Pavilion Garden Store, and they've had a fantastic set up this year, load of beautiful decorations, and we also filmed at a golf club as well near home, Enfield Golf Club, and we filmed some really nice footage around the woodland. So yeah, it's on YouTube now, so it'd be great because everyone could check that out as well. So it's really exciting.
Just give us again your website so people can find out more details.
Yeah, my website is www.bethsherburn.com, and if you have social networking sites, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it's the Beth Sherburn. So I also keep up to date with that as well. And
the single's called Snow Angels. Let's talk about you. We all need a story, and you've got a remarkable one that somebody happened to come through a department store in Birmingham, and there you were just minding your own business, and you were plucked from obscurity. This is a great story. I'm sure there's great work and discipline has gone on behind it, but nevertheless, a good story to sell you as an artist.
I was working at Debenhams, like you've mentioned, and yeah, as a shop assistant, I worked on Team Beauty, for the fragrance stores, and I was listening to the Michael Bublé album. That's another reason why the Michael Bublé album is pretty special to me. I was singing to White Christmas, and it was pretty late. It wasn't that busy that time now, because it's about 11 o'clock, and yeah, I was just singing away to myself, just cleaning the shelves, and this guy was suddenly next to me, and he just said to me, "I think you've got a brilliant voice." And I just said, "Thank you, that's really nice of you to say." And then he was saying to myself, he was saying to me, he came in to buy some fragrance for his wife for Christmas, and he was just saying to me, you know, do you want to do music full time? And I was thinking, well, actually, yeah, I write my own material. Music is definitely what I want to do. I've always wanted to do music since I was a little girl. And then he was basically telling me that he was a music producer, record producer. He's worked with Take That, Girls Aloud, other fantastic artists. And at the time, to be honest with you, I just thought it was all a joke. I couldn't take it serious. You know, scenario that you're always want to become, you know, have a great career in music, to write your album, to work on music, and to think it happened at my workplace. It was absolutely a surreal moment for me. But he gave me his details, he gave me his card, he told me to check him out when you get home. So I did that. I told my family about it, and everything he told me at the store, when I was online, when I was checking on the internet, it was actually true. And so I met up with him, with my family, in London, worked on some songs, and I signed a deal. So that was a few years ago now. But yeah, a fantastic story, you know. Again, it happened at my workplace, and I was very lucky. I was at the right place at the right time.
Yeah, incredible. And I wonder whether you always knew you were going to be a star and a singer. Did you know you'd got a special gift, or was this the first person to ever point it out?
I always wanted to become, you know, do something in music. I always, from a little girl, worked very hard. You know, I went to many national competitions. I am classically trained. I can play an instrument, which definitely helps me to write my material. But this was the first time where, you know, I got a lucky break. And they always say, don't they, you know, you've got to be at the right place at the right time. But I did work very, very hard. Before I got spotted, before I signed my deal, I'd do musical theatre. I started at Don Quixote in Birmingham with Matthew Kelly. So I was doing a lot, you know, before I got spotted. It didn't just happen overnight for me. I always, you know, very, very dedicated. I was always committed. And I did get knockbacks, but it never fazed me. It made me even more determined to succeed. So I always thought if I worked hard, if I gave in 110%, you know, I definitely would get there in the end.
And I mentioned at the beginning, you've literally got the whole package. You look beautiful as well, which is important. Again, were you born singing or were you trained? You mentioned earlier that you musical theatre and the classical stuff. Did you have singing lessons, or were you always able to beat out a tune?
I've got videos when I was little, when I was about 4 years old, and I'm singing. I was always singing, apparently. I joined my school choir at primary school when I was about 5. I didn't start having singing lessons till I was about 7. So I've always been singing since I was a little girl. I think, when I was about 7 years old, when I knew I wanted to take it even, you know, more serious, I started to have singing lessons and started to play the piano, which I think is very important. It's definitely helped me to write my own material, and it's nice that I can understand music. Yeah. Also, I joined gospel choirs, and we literally would have sheet music. And that, I just think, you know, for me, I like the fact that I could understand and I could read music. But yeah, I did sing since I was very, very small. Since I was about 3, I was always singing. I got videos. My mum and dad always say, you know, you were always singing since you were a little girl, really.
I suppose for you, the first big break was The Joker, where that single did incredibly well and it featured Lil Wayne. Incredible how you get somebody of that star power on your single. How did that happen?
It was extraordinary. I could not believe it. But basically, I was in America at the time, working on this track. My management, now Lil Wayne's management, we were getting really good vibes whilst working and writing on Joker. And my management just said to me, Beth, do you want to send this over to Lil Wayne? I think we should. And I said, yeah, of course. But I just didn't think I would receive any feedback of him or his management. But 3 days later, after sending Joker, I had a phone call. And it was actually from the man himself telling me that he loved the track, he wanted to feature on Joker. And I write all of my material, so everything I release, I've either written or co-written with somebody. So to think that a huge star like Lil Wayne wanted to feature on Joker really was a dream come true. And, you know, I've had fantastic support from fans. I've had amazing feedback with the song. And I was really lucky. I supported the Saturdays. And one of my dreams was to perform at Wembley Arena. And I actually made that dream come true, because with the Saturdays, I performed at Wembley Arena. And it was brilliant because I performed Joker, and a lot of the fans knew the song, and that was brilliant. It was an amazing feeling. And also doing the school tours as well. You know, I go into schools and I talk about e-safety and cyberbullying, and if I can just help a couple of students along the way who are being bullied, cyberbullied, I feel I've done something positive. But again, performing my own material, performing Joker, and these students know all the words to Joker and to my own music, again, is fantastic feeling. It really is.
It's amazing how the business has changed. When I started on the radio, the only way that fans could communicate with stars was through radio shows when they came into the studio. Now, of course, with Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, you're all communicating one-on-one daily. And I think the school thing is a really powerful way to meet an audience and build it. That was a smart move. Why did you decide to do that? Was it to get that incredible, intimate connection?
Yeah, well, basically, one of the reasons why I talk about it is because my friends were bullied and cyberbullied at school, and I saw the effect it had on my friends. And when my PR asked me if I wanted to do this, I just thought to myself, you know what, if I can help a couple of students along the way who are being bullied, cyberbullied, I feel I've done something very positive. And it's also great to, perform new material, to perform my own songs in front of these children, just to see, what they think of the music. And it's been brilliant because, again, I've had fantastic feedback. It's been great to meet the students. And, when like with Joker, like I've mentioned, when I'm singing that song and they're singing the song with me and they know all the lyrics, it makes it worth it as well. It's brilliant. It really is, especially as a writer. An amazing feeling for me.
If anybody wants to be like you, is the core talent the discipline of having the ability to sit and play and write for yourself? Because let's face it, if you're singing other people's songs, you're never going to make any money, are you?
No, that's true. For me personally, I think it is great if you can play an instrument or you can write your own material. It makes you unique. You've got your own style of writing, you've got your own unique sound, you know what direction you want to go with your music. That's what I feel anyway, being a songwriter. But I don't think it's the most, it's not key, you know what I mean? But for me personally, it's definitely helped me to move forward in the industry.
Where do you go from here? Because it's interesting, isn't it? You can have the greatest ability in the world, but you've got to have a platform to do what you do. Is it about performing live now? Are you out gigging night after night?
Yeah, I do gig, definitely. I've also been working on my EP. I'm going to be releasing new material next year now. But yeah, also though, I go to gigs, not just my own, other artist gigs, just to try and get inspiration. I go to many workshops still now, just to get some inspiration again, to develop my writing ability. So yeah, it's a mixture really, but gigging is very important, of course. Up and down the country, sharing your music. So yeah, I do a lot of gigs.
How do you know your songs are any good? When you sit there at the piano in your head, they sound genius. Do you have to ask other people, family members, friends?
Yeah, I like to have. I show my music to my family, my friends, other producers, and like the school tours as well. What I've been doing recently, just sharing a new song and see what reaction I get off the students. So yeah, it's very important to have other opinions as well of other people. So yeah, I do that. I'm very critical of myself, but I do like other people to hear my music. But generally, if I get a really good vibe of the song, that's also important. Sometimes it depends what you're writing about. Maybe it's what my friends have been going through, or relationships. What's personal to you as well. So what the song means to you.
And I'm just up the road in Nottingham. You're there in Birmingham. Are you going to stay in Birmingham, or are you going to have to move to London eventually to do what you do?
I commute to London a lot. Really, I'm down London a lot. So yeah, I definitely will be moving very, very soon. Yeah. But yeah, it's not far for me, but I commute daily to London.
It's tough to do what you do outside of London, isn't it? That's the hub of live entertainment.
Yeah, that is very true. There's not a lot around Birmingham really for musicians and people who want to get into the arts. Not as much as compared to London, personally. So it is important to do, like the gigs down London and when I go to write. But I've also been working with a brilliant writer called Kieran Bell, and that's in Liverpool as well. So, you know, you do a lot of travelling with with my music. But yeah, London is a central point.
And you mentioned America earlier. That was the first big break with Lil Wayne. I suppose for you, getting back over there, if you can break that, nothing else matters, everything else will follow. Is that something that you've got as an ambition?
Yeah, definitely. Fantastic. I'd love to go back to America, go back to LA and work on new material. But yeah, that is a dream to do well over in America. Like what Sam Smith has done, that's an amazing achievement. And other artists as well. So yeah, of course.
Congratulations on your new single. It's called Snow Angels. It's for Make-A-Wish, and you can get it by going online. Just put in Beth Sherburn. I'll spell that for the heart of thinking. Sherburn. Beth Sherburn is a new big star. She's going to do really well. Congratulations, and come on again, won't you?
Thank you. Definitely, yeah.
Lovely to talk to you.
Bye.